everyone, it's Frances Byrne here from Stamp House Studio with another creative chat with the MFT Stamps Design Team. This month we're showing you how we organise and store our different colouring mediums. Coloured pencils, watercolours, paints, markers, chalks, etc. We'll tell you what our favourite colouring medium is and also share any colouring tips we might have. Before I start showing you my different colouring mediums and how I store them, I just need to say that my very favourite colouring medium is Copic markers, and that's what I use probably 99.9% of the time. So most of my other colouring mediums are pretty neglected, and some I may not have used for years. Why do I keep them? Well, because you never know when I might want to use them. And there are other techniques that I can use these for, as well as just colouring in an image. So if I ever want to use those techniques, I have got those colouring mediums at hand and I don't have to go out and rebuy them. So let's get started. To start off with, I'm going to show you how I store my coloured pencils. This is a box I received a number of years ago. I don't know if I received or my kids received, with some toiletries of some sort in, and I really liked the box, so I had to repurpose it. When you open it up, as you can see, it has 3 separate sections, and so it's perfect for storing my coloured pencils. In this one here I have all my Prismacolor pencils, which are my favourite of the colouring pencils. Then in this one here I have quite a few Derwents. And in this packet here, these are some of the woodless pencils. So instead of the wood, you just get what's inside. So I just bought that just to see how they work. And they're not too bad, but I still prefer my Prismacolors. Then in this section here, I have my pencil sharpener, because with pencils you always need them to be sharpened, so that's handy. So that when I need to sharpen one, I know where it is. I have some stumps which I use with the Prismacolor pencils, and then there's also some miscellaneous pencils. There's a whole heap of metallic pencils in metallic like gold, silvers, and even metallic purples and blues, etc. And then right down the bottom there's some pencils, colouring pencils I got from EK Success many years ago, which I'd actually forgotten I even had. So that's my colouring pencils. Painting, I have my watercolour pencils, which you can see at the back there. They're in that big tin, and they're all stored in a shelf that I have. I have a number of shelves in the back of a door that is the door of a cupboard that I store all my stamps and stuff in. So you can see those there. And in the front of the colouring pencils, you'll also see some of these paint trays here, which are also good for watercolour painting as well. In this tin I store my Marvy markers, which you can see all in here. I used to have them on my desk years ago where they were really handy in a little container, but as I don't use them a lot anymore, I packed them up into this tin and put them on a shelf above my desk so that I've still got them and I can still get them when I want to use them, but they're not taking up a lot of the space of things that I use all the time. These are great because they've got such a wide tip. I'll see if I can open this one for you one-handed. Because they've got such a wide tip, these are great for colouring directly onto your stamps, so that you can just, either have multicolour images or just part of an image that you want to use to stamp out. In this drawer here, I store all my chalks, which I have in various different shapes. I'll pull the drawer out and put it on my table so we can have a closer look. As you can see, I've pulled it all out of the drawer, and I've really acquired a lot of chalks over the years. Maybe I should cull some one of these days. These are just the Stampin' Up! Pastels, which are exactly the same as these ones here, but just in the Stampin' Up! Colours, so I won't get them open. Then I have all these in various different colours. This one here is more of a metallic look, so we'll put those away. Then I have chalks in sticks, which are really good for doing backgrounds and stuff like that. And then I also have chalks in pencils, which are good for colouring. I've got my blender pens, which are good for applying chalks to your image. And then I also use just those little tiny pom-poms, which you can see here. And this is a little holder, which you can just hold the pom-pom with, just like, oops, just like that. So then you can just get your colour and apply that to your card just like that, just makes it easier. And I've also got these little applicators too, which are also good. And you can see a few more different colours in here, and this little container holds these quite well, as you can see. So that's all my chalks. In this drawer, which I keep in one of my shelves, it actually comes in a little container that has 2 drawers, and I've got a whole heap of them stacked up over near my stamping desk. I have all my twinkling H2Os in here. So if I ever want to use those, I can just grab this, put it on my desk, and just fish through it, whichever ones I want to use. All the names are on the back, you can see there, ruby red, cranberry, and all the rest. So I've just got 2 of those there, which I can also use. Go over to these drawers here, and in this one here I find all my acrylic paints. I have them in the bottles at the back there lying down, and then in the tubes in various brands, and I can use these for all sorts of things, colouring in, you know, cardboard, woods, backgrounds, whatever it is I want to use them for. Yet in another drawer I have more paints. This time I have all my Lumiere paints, which are an acrylic metallic paint. And then I have my pearlescent paints, and on the back of that I have gesso. I think that's gesso as a texture paste, which I can also use for various backgrounds, colouring in, or whatever it is I want to use them for too.